Grant Lockwood. But the wild part was that he noticed me too. He smiled at me with a row of startlingly perfect teeth and said, "Whatever you are using in your hair right now, you should buy it again because it is perfect." Barely a year later, we were married. I suppose it's possible that this bit of nostalgia is what brought me here in the first place. That and the fact that my shampoo bottle is nearly empty. I tried turning it upside down and shaking it as hard as I could, but I could only squeeze out a dime-sized amount of liquid. I replaced the coconut oil shampoo on the shelf and pick up my tried-and-true tea tree oil. Above all, I'm a creature of habit. Also, I want to pay for my shampoo and get the hell out of here. I clutch the brown bottle as I walk in the direction of the cashiers, and with each step, I still can't shake that sensation of being watched. Maybe this is all in my head, a hallucination, but it feels like somebody is there. I stop, turn around again. Still nobody. You're losing it, Alice. Now you think you're being followed, of all things. What next? When I'm halfway to the cash registers, I pass a display of sunglasses. In the middle of October, it's hardly sunglasses weather anymore, but I stop there anyway. The array of sunglasses is only slightly less overwhelming than the number of shampoos. I pick up a pair of dark ones that are polarized. I have no idea what that means, but it must be important because the tag on the glasses says it in big block letters. I make a motion like I'm about to put on the pair of sunglasses, but instead, I peer into the tiny mirror meant for modeling the glasses on my face. I can clearly see my flaming red hair, although today it looks limp and lifeless. People often compliment me on my vivid, sea-green eyes, but now they are puffy and the rims are lined with pink. I look tired. But that's not all I see. In the mirror, I can make out a man standing behind me, watching me. He's a few years older than me, roughly late 30s. He has dark blonde hair that is straight and laced with flecks of gold from the sun, chiseled features, a square jaw, determined-looking blue eyes. I suck in a breath. This man looks exactly like Grant. I watch him for as long as I dare in the reflection, and then I turn. But as expected, he has vanished, like he never existed in the first place. I push back a wave of nausea. The resemblance between that man and Grant was uncanny. Of course, it was hard to get a good look in that sliver of a mirror, and the man was at least 20 feet away from me. It's entirely possible that I simply imagined the similarities in appearance. In fact, that is by far the best explanation. I return the polarized sunglasses to the display. I continue marching down the aisle until I reach the cash registers and join a line that is much longer than it ought to be at 2 p.m. There are a few people ahead of me, and they seem to be taking forever. One woman is paying with a check. A check? Really? Who pays with a check in this century? She may as well be trading with gold trinkets. And all the while, I have a creepy crawly sensation in the back of my neck. I turn around one last time, searching for the man who looks like Grant. I look past the counter where you can print your photos and the snack food aisle and the one with all the feminine hygiene products. But there's nobody there who looks like my husband. I need to calm down. Whatever I saw in the mirror of that sunglasses display must have been my imagination, or an optical illusion. But the important thing I need to remember is that it was not Grant. It was definitely not my husband standing in the middle of the drugstore and watching me while I chose shampoo and browsed sunglasses. It couldn't have been. Because my husband has been dead for 2 weeks. 2. I have the most beautiful home. It's an old house with the first 2 floors fully renovated, although the attic is yet untouched. Grant owned it for many years before I moved in, and I always wondered why he never bothered to update the topmost floor of the house, but I didn't probe too deeply. The house is made of brown bricks with a white trim and a large chimney rising majestically from the roof. The home boasts 5 bedrooms that we fantasized about filling with children after reading in a magazine that this Long Island neighborhood had some of the best schools in the state. These days, it just seems like